Praise the Lord, mightiest prophet of the Lord.
Amen. Listen to me very well, precious listeners. The Lord has spoken with me this morning. This morning, about 4 o'clock, ending 4:19 in the morning, the Lord Jehovah Sabaoth, the Lord of hosts, He spoke with me. And after He spoke with me, and I woke up and looked at my clock, then I found out that it's exactly 4:19 a.m. in the morning. Again, the Lord Jehovah Sabaoth, the Lord of hosts, He has spoken with me this morning. And in that conversation, this is what the Lord said. I was preaching somewhere. I was giving the oracles of the Lord, the message of Jehovah. It was a very mighty meeting. And then when I finished the meeting of the Lord, giving that very mighty message of Jehovah, then someone appeared on my right hand side. And he that appeared on my right hand side right away began to speak with me. And he told me to walk with him towards a certain place. And as we walked, he was walking on my right hand side. There was a garden, and I knew that I had been walking on that garden for all my life. So we walked through the garden, and I heard him talking about that garden, the great work that has happened in that garden. And then through the garden we reached a place. Then when we reached that place, he said, "Let us go up." Again, he that was speaking with me, he that was walking on my right hand side, said, "Let us go up." And I knew that we were supposed to go up. Then an elevator appeared, a lift appeared, and the elevator opened the door. When the doors of the elevator opened, then I wanted to go in because I saw people going into the elevator and going. I see even some people I know entering the elevator and going. However, when I wanted to enter the elevator, when I was just about to enter, then he held me back. And he said, "Your time is not yet." But I saw a lot of people that entered the elevator and left. They went up. I knew they went. They went up. And then, again, I want to repeat this part. When I wanted to enter too, he held me back. And he said, "Your time is not yet." And then he began to walk me back. He walked me back to the garden, through the garden. And he began to show me the green trees. That garden had been desolate. But I had been walking there. I knew that I was walking there. So I knew the trees, each of the trees. And he began to show me, saying, "Look at how wonderful your work has been here." So then I began to look at the garden, and I saw the big trees, very green leaves, with so many fruits flourishing, so big fruits. Every side there was trees all over, very green, nice trees. And then I reached a place that I knew was dry. There were no plants on that ground within the garden. But now, because I knew I was working there, I had been digging there, I saw that it was very green and everything was very green. But people had entered the elevator and gone up. Then I remained there walking with him through the garden. And then he was showing me all the aspects of the garden that have been wonderfully made. Then I woke up. When I woke up, I found out that it's exactly 4:19 a.m. and I trembled because I knew what the Lord has spoken. May those who have ears listen and hearken unto the voice of the Lord. Remember, the Bible says, nobody knows the day or the hour, neither the Messiah, nor the angels, except God the Father, Jehovah Sabaoth, the Lord of hosts himself. And I knew that people had entered the elevator. I saw them, including some people I know, and they went up. And when I tried to enter, he held me back and said, your time is not yet. And he walked me back through the garden to appreciate the work that was done there. And I remember each tree I had worked very hard. They became beautiful, wonderful green trees, very green, with a lot of fruits blossoming, and the ground was green. When I woke up, I trembled because I knew what the Lord had said. May those who have ears listen to the Lord. Shalom. As people had gone up, and he walked me back to the garden to see how the work had been at the garden. And I remember I became very sad, very, very sad, because I knew that people had gone. And now I was looking at the work I had been doing by the feet of those trees. As he walked back, then he mentioned this by voice. Then he said that you preached a very good sermon. Again, as he walked me back to the garden, after people had left, I remember I was very sad. As I walked with him across the garden, and he was looking at the beautiful work that I had done in this garden, but I felt very sad because I knew that people had gone, the people I know had gone. And then he said that I preached a very powerful sermon. Now, even as I came with he that was walking on my right hand side, as I came with him up to the elevator, the place where people were going up, I remember before the elevator door opened, I asked him whether we can go by stairs, whether there are stairs that I can use to go up where we were supposed to go up. And I remember he told me that it's very far away. I cannot reach by foot. Again, I want to repeat this part, that as I walked with him, he that was speaking with me and walking on my right hand side, and as we arrived at the place where the elevator was, the elevator that later opened and people entered and went up. However, I asked him whether I can use the stairs to go up. Then I remember he told me that it's very far away. I cannot reach on foot. Meaning it's a place where people cannot go on foot. After then, the elevator opened and people entered. This is what the Lord has said on this day.